when I have people asking me for advice about getting started in audiobook narration, and they sometimes become students of mine, but I think the thing that I need to advise them is that it's not as if these days anyway, most narrators just go into a studio and narrate and get directed and that sort of thing. I think a lot of students have that impression, but it's actually very different for most narrators. Um, I likewise imagine that people would think, okay, well, it's an all-cast recording of Winnie the Pooh, and here we are in a Hollywood studio, and everybody is there with their scripts and just doing it. It's a bit different than that. Can you tell me how that works these days and for your company?
Yes, the entire cast is recording from their homes. Most have recording booths that have the proper environment, the proper sound treatment. We all started usually in a closet with using the clothes as to have the best kill the echo,
Mm.
and then eventually we come out of the closet and and get a booth, and we always, perform. Not always. Sometimes we go into a studio, but most of the time now, most narrators are recording from home in a whisper room or other, VO to go type booth. So it's become a perfect job during the COVID epidemic, because we're all just working from home and our office is just down the hall.
The tools that are now available um, to enhance what a work at home environment can give you in terms of uh, the ability to remove reverb and clicks and stuff like that. Um, the tools that are available are just off the off the chain these days. They're really quite impressive. I'm thinking mainly of the Isotope, the plugin. I use it every single day in order to enhance our work, because it is so helpful to removing any kind of background or any kind of thing that might get in the way or make it sound like we're not all in the same space. And then the EQ aspect in Pro Tools, making it so that everybody sounds like they're in the same booth, is one of those challenges that I love. So
Yes, Chris is the one working the magic on this project. He is matching all of our voices so we sound like we're in the same place.
And so, Chris, is it true that none of the cast yet has heard the combined total of the book in terms of when they're talking to each other and how they're jumping in and out from Richard's narration? Is that true?
they've heard chapter one, which has Richard and Aaron and Johnny,
Yep.
and uh,
And
and then I'm
Satana.
actually and Satana. Of course, we can't forget Satana. She's the describer,
Yes.
and I'm in there at the end and beginning with the intros and stuff like that. But we've all, like, all of those voices are together um, in chapter one, and I can't wait to get to where everybody's together. That'll be a lot of fun.
Can we hear, Richard, a sample of chapter one? I believe that you've brought it with you. Is that correct?
Yeah, actually, the let me share my screen and I can show you the where we going here. Um, well, the this Winnie the Pooh preview is the video we do with sign language interpretation. Okay.
Christopher Robin stands with his arms folded across his chest. He wears sandals and a red gingham stripe-patterned shirt and shorts. His blonde hair peeks out from under the brim of his yellow hat.
What about the story?
What about a story?
Could you very sweetly tell Winnie the Pooh one?
I suppose I could. What sort of stories does he like?
About himself, because he's that sort of bear.
Oh, I see.
So could you very sweetly?
I'll try, I said. Once upon a time, a very long time ago now, about last Friday, Winnie the Pooh lived in a forest all by himself under the name of Sanders.
What does under the name mean?
It means he had the name over the door in gold letters and lived under it.
Beneath an overhanging tree trunk, Winnie the Pooh sits on a log outside a door carved into the tree. Pooh gazes up at the smoke that curls skyward from his campfire. Behind him, a sign over the doorway reads, Mr. Sanders. A bell with a bell pull hangs above a sign reading, Ring also.
One day, when he was out walking, he came to an open place in the middle of the forest. And in the middle of this place was a large oak tree. And from the top of the tree, there came a loud buzzing noise. Winnie the Pooh sat down at the foot of the tree, put his head between his paws, and began to think.
First of all, that buzzing noise means something,
He said to himself.
You don't get a buzzing noise like that, just buzzing and buzzing, without its meaning something. If there's a buzzing noise, somebody's making a buzzing noise, and the only reason for making a buzzing noise that I know of is because you're a bee.
A swarm of bees fly in a curvy path over Pooh.
Then he thought another long time and said,
And the only reason for being a bee that I know of is making honey.
and then he got up and said,
And the only reason for making honey is so I can eat it.
So he began to climb the tree. So yes, I think you can see what we mean by adding audio description of the pictures. And, if you close your eyes, you can experience the whole story. We actually have either still images or slowly moving images, and that is for the children who are low vision. Not all children are totally blind. In fact, 90% of them have some vision. And so with the pictures going this slowly and being described, they can understand and absorb much more of the content than they can in like a animated cartoon environment where everything just goes too quickly. So we have, and of course, the sign language interpretation is just a wonderful feature because it adds so much for deaf children who are just learning American Sign Language to have Winnie the Pooh as a story being signed for them, and also having the words underneath the captions, so that it's a full experience for deaf children also.